keeping me stuck inside. When will this go all away? No one cleans like Gaston, quarantines like Gaston. No one stops spreading COVID-19 like Gaston. I'm especially good at self-isolating. My, what a guy, that Gaston!
Coronavirus deaths in this country.
COVID-19, a new disease, what can we do? Which store is best to go? How about Costco? We need to stock our TP. Wash your hands, stay inside. The rules demand. It's been days since we've had any contact now, and we're all mad. Shop for your basic house groceries, your weekly food and toiletries. Don't go around and fill up your whole cart. Yes, sir. Shop for your basic house groceries, your weekly food and toiletries, and everything is gonna be all right.
I am for brooches. It's dinner time.
Okay, this one's for Gabby.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm a rocket man, burning out you got it home.
Hello, Fair Creek. It is back to the normal on Sunday nights. Hey, I'm glad you're with us. I am so excited for what we're going to be talking about tonight. And it's really cool that when you get to do something that's really exciting, then it just brings out that excitement even more. And I've been cooped up in my house. As you can tell by my hair, it's like becoming very 1970s original Luke Skywalker-esque. And you can tell. You can throw in those comments too. I just want to welcome you and say hello to everyone that's on the live chat right now. Come back with a hi. But I want to talk about Easter because I'm still on this Easter kick. We didn't get to celebrate it as a church because that's like the Super Bowl of like church life. So I'm still thinking about Easter. Hope you are too because you're going to tonight. But in the comment section on YouTube, I want you to type in your favorite thing about Easter. Now, I know you can go to the church answer and be like, Jesus. And one of the things that I remember that I don't like was sunrise services. We would have to get up at like 5 a.m. to be at the church at 6 a.m. because there was something about doing a sunrise service. You had to be at church when the sun rose. And as an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, it was painful. It was just tough. And that was one of those things that I'm glad we don't do that too much anymore because getting up before 6 a.m. just hurts. But one of the things that I am very thankful for, one of the best things about Easter, one of the best things that's ever been invented, even better than sliced bread, is this goodie right here. This is by far one of the best inventions ever created. The Reese Cup Easter egg beats out the original Reese Cup, and this has led to wonderful creations, such as the Halloween one, the Christmas tree, all of those. But the Easter egg itself is by far the best. Now, I was going to sit here and eat this in front of you, hopefully make you water and drool because you haven't had dinner tonight. We usually don't eat dinner until 9 o'clock on Sunday night, so this is sounding really good, but probably wouldn't go very well with the mince in my mouth. But anyways, I just love those Easter eggs. I actually tried to steal my kids' Easter eggs out of their Easter basket, but they got a little wise to me, and they took them back. So they get a little cantankerous about that when you start stealing their candy. I mean, I tried to do the daddy tax thing, but, you know. So, what I want to do tonight is I want to do a little game. I want to play a game called charades. So, you're going to guess what I am acting out. I love this picture that we had from our lock-in just 6 months ago, but let me tell you, I can't wait to do another lock-in. Mary Joyce, are you excited about doing a lock-in?
Oh, yay.
John?
I'm always the coach.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to have a lock-in at some point, like next year, maybe 2022, but I'm looking forward to it. You guys, we had a bunch of new kids here, and I'm looking forward to seeing those things again. But in the meantime, as we go through this, we're stuck. We're going to play this charades game. The first person to type in the answer on the chat wins that prize, and then I'll go on to the next one. So, here we go. First charade is this. Can you guess what that is? I believe that one of our youth leaders just did that this week. I don't know if it came out good or bad, but somebody question. No, they're not gaming. Not doing online school. Ew. Who?
Megan Lewis.
Megan Lewis. Good job, girl. Okay.
Next one.
Can you tell what this is? It's the coolest thing ever.
Getting ready for a date?
Oh, date. Hey, dear, I could take you out. Oh,
Shaving, washing your hands, aftershave.
Maddie Redder.
Anybody?
Can you see it? Hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
There we go, hand sanitizer. Okay, here's the next one. Oh, yeah. I can't talk. That's right. Sorry.
This one's gonna be hard.
Jane got it.
Oh, she got it?
Got it with a zoom.
Nice.
Okay, here's the next one. I did it today.
I think everybody's doing this today.
Oh my word! It was just one of those rainy days where. Did anybody get it?
Not yet.
If you count.
It's cool. I like it.
It is not school, even though it feels like that.
Several people said sleep.
There we
but
go.
I like the word nap. There you go.
Napping. Here's the next one.
See, Maddie got it. Cooking.
Yay, cooking!
Dang, Maddie.
Next one.
Banker?
You know you're fun to see the chef the last one. I like that.
Mork.
Yeah, the guess is playing cards.
There we go. Playing a game by yourself. I'm cool with that.
He's playing by himself.
Next
Playing
one.
cards.
I've seen a lot of this lately. No?
Chicken wing?
Ooh, I would love some wings. Ooh, I just showed you my armpit. Greeting?
Maddie, elbow high five.
Elbow high five. There we go.
Man,
Good job,
Maddie.
Maddie. You're on fire today.
Next one.
Well, April did today.
Oh, that's right. Hmm. Anybody get it?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, I see it.
One, Haley.
Haley got it. Good job, Haley. How about?
Rowan Nelson. What's next?
This is gonna be hard.
This is a hard one.
I guess baseball, playing golf. I guess Wii sports, hitting, throwing.
Wii Sports is pretty good.
Wii Sports has been fun. It has resurged.
Throwing things at your siblings.
Nah, that's always fun. Or
Waiting
kids.
for something to download. You're getting closer.
No.
Baseball in quarantine.
Oh, that's close. Baseball in quarantine. That's close. I think.
Okay, we'll give them that. Rewatching sports. I know. Yeah, it's close. So, okay, here's the next one.
Scuba diving.
Mary Joyce, I am your father.
Star Wars.
Natalie wearing a mask.
There we go.
There you go, Natalie.
Next one.
You need a popcorn. Some popcorn.
Ooh, popcorn. Or maybe the.
I don't think you use
YouTube.
it.
Close.
They did that's doing school.
Well, that's true.
Megan said Netflix.
Netflix! Woo!
There you go, Megan.
And the last one.
What is that, a mime?
Anybody get it? Ooh.
Yep.
6 feet apart.
Rihanna.
Appropriate social distancing is the correct answer there. Awesome! That was our game of charades tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. Next week, we should have leaders put on their best charades and we'll play it for you. Woo! Awesome. Hey, this past week, I was able to catch up with a student who left the student ministry. They left because they graduated out, but they went off to the Marines. And this young man has transitioned from doing life at home where it's easy to now living on his own and making his faith his own. And one of the cool things about that is he continues to, and as a matter of fact, today he was on the live stream. watching the Fair Creek live stream. So that was really cool. But I was able to catch up with him this last week and see what's going on and what life is like in the Marines. And we talked a few memories as well. I laughed a lot because he is just a hoot. So check out this video or this conversation that I had with Derek Ely. Deep thoughts with Derek. So what's been the best part about the Marines?
Probably the people, honestly. Like, you meet a lot of stupid people and you meet a lot of really great people.
Where is your dream post, or where would that be? Where would be the place that'd be like, I want to go there in my military experience?
I really wanted to go to Iwakuni, Japan. And it looked like I was really going to go there. And then coronavirus happened.
Gotcha. So tell me, give me a favorite youth group memory.
All right. I thought about this one a lot. One that seems to stick out is, remember Nick Paxson?
Oh, I remember Nick Paxson.
It was almost every week. It felt like we would tie him to the giant red bar column thing. We used to do that all the time, and it was so much fun.
I do remember him getting duct taped to a chair and rolled all over the gym.
Yep.
I remember that pretty clearly. How about, tell me somebody who had influence in your life, or somebody who meant something to you during your student days.
Okay. Definitely Tyler, because he was my first small group leader when I came up in 6th grade. And he was just someone there that we could all talk to if we wanted. And Jonathan. Jonathan became a big part of my life in high school. Hanging out a lot. That's where we had the high school boys small group. At his house. And yours sometimes. And he just would check up on me sometimes, give me a call, we'd go out to dinner or something.
That's cool.
That's good times.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. It was so good to catch up with him. He is an awesome young man who is continuing to grow his faith. And it's cool to hear that one of the best things that he's encountered so far is the people. The people are what make it. And that's what excites me is God is using him as a witness right now in California. He's stuck in quarantine for 2 weeks. He just moved there last Saturday, and now he's experiencing life there. But I know he's going to be an awesome witness for what God can do because of what God has already done in his life. And that's really cool to think about. Mary Joyce, I'm going to toss this one back to you for a minute because I still remember our trip to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Derek was that, what was he? I don't know if he was a freshman or not, but whatever he was, it was hilarious because he was the one who wanted to control the volume and whatever was being played on the radio. So Mary Joyce and I were in the captain's chairs in the front of the van, and Derek was like in between us the whole time. Is that correct?
Totally correct. Drove me crazy.
That was kind of Mary Joyce's assessment of it. It was like, this guy, I'm going to throw him out the window because he's driving me batty. But it was really cool to see how Derek has grown up over the years, and now he's defending our country. He's learning how to work on airplanes, really cool airplanes at that, the F-35. But it's cool to see how God grows students, and we get to be a part of that. We get to watch that and experience that excitement. But it was just really cool to catch up with him and to hear how God's working in his life, and to hear two guys that poured into Derek who've just followed what God has asked them to do. And that's the cool thing, guys, is listening to what God would have you to do and then following after it. And there's probably some adults out there that need to hear that same thing because they could be used of God in so many students' lives. But I just think about Tyler Bixel and the relationship that Derek had with him when he first entered the student ministry. And then John. John's still running around crazy, keeping us straight and moving forward as a student ministry. And John was able to have influence with him, going out to dinner or listening to Derek as he wrestled through some of these questions of graduation and life. And I'd encourage you guys, as students, do that same thing. Wrestle with some of those struggles with your small group leader. Get to know them. Call them, text them, encourage them as well. So build that relationship. It's up to you. But I want to tell you a little bit about myself and what I was going through, because life is tough sometimes. And as we are going through, and if you listen to social media, it's everything from this is the end of the world to there's no big deal, we shouldn't be doing anything. And I'm not going to debate any of that because I'm not here to debate that. I'm just here to help you guys grow in your faith with Jesus. And I want to tell you about a time when I was in college. I was just on the verge of graduating. It was probably about this time of year. I had talked to some churches. I had gone and flown to those churches and interviewed in what's called candidating, where I talked to the students in the group, I talked to the parents, I talked to the elders in the church, and just wasn't feeling like I was called anywhere yet. I wasn't supposed to be at any of those churches. And I graduated from college and I moved back home. And that's probably one of the worst feelings in the world, is to move back home. Because it's like, okay, I'm supposed to have a real job now, but I don't. And I was kind of feeling like, okay, God, what's going on here? What has happened? I followed you to do ministry, but there's nothing available out there. And I struggled with this. I questioned God as to, did I do the right thing? Was I not listening to God? Was it just an emotional experience? And 6 months after that, I ran into somebody. I went back to college for a visit for some reason, and I ran into a friend that I went to school there with, and he's like, hey, I've been trying to figure out how to get a hold of you. There's a church that I came from in Wisconsin that's looking for a youth pastor, and I thought of you. And it's just funny that we would run into each other here at this time. I was like, cool. And this evening, I want to read some passages of Scripture to you, because I want you to understand, as we're celebrating this whole concept of Easter, it's not just one day out of the year where we get a goodie basket full of chocolate or Reese eggs, because I love these things, but it's a celebration, and it should be an attitude that we have all throughout the year. So as we have been struggling through this quarantine, I want us to hit on this. What does Easter mean, and why is it happy? Why do people say Happy Easter? Because there's a reason that it's happy. So what happened is Jesus came to this earth, and we celebrate Christmas together. He grew up, and then he started a ministry. And he got these 12 guys together, and he taught them, and he poured into them. And he said, let's go back to Jerusalem. I'm going there to die. I'm going to be the sacrifice for everyone. And he did that. And he died, and he was buried, and he rose again. And he is promising something right before that death to his disciples. And it says this. It says, but I tell you the truth. It's to your advantage that I go away. For if I do not go away, the Helper. And I've kind of got this this selection kind of highlighted or in parentheses. The Helper, another description of that, is a comforter, an advocate, an intercessor, a counselor, a strengthener, or somebody who's going to stand by you. When you're struggling, who do you call on? You call on that best friend that you can count on. That's that standby person, that wingman, as some of you might say. And he goes on. Jesus says, I will not, that comforter, that helper will not come to you. But if I go, I'll send him, he's also called the Holy Spirit, to you. And then I kind of emphasize, to be in close relationship with you. For some of you going through this time, You may be struggling with anxiety and fear and questioning everything that's going on. And I just want to encourage you tonight that there's hope. There's peace that can be obtained. How do we obtain that? Do we just say, hey, God, give me some peace? Well, that's one way. We can pray about it. But we also need to seek it out. When we're struggling with anxiety, we can't keep it to ourselves. We can't lock ourselves in our room, turn on the radio, or put our headphones in and just check out. We've got to find those sources. And I'd encourage you, if you're going through a time right now where you're struggling with how you're feeling, I want you to connect with somebody. I want you to reach out to your small group leader. I want you to reach out to me or John or Mary Joyce as we sit here and we lead this conversation. But that's ultimately what it's all about. Jesus is saying, hey guys, I'm going to peace out of here, but I'm sending somebody even greater than I am, because he will fill you and he will give you wisdom. He will comfort you. He's going to be that wingman that looks out for you, that pushes you out of the way when a car is coming at you. He's going to look out for you in ways that you might not even understand. And that's what I want you to understand. When I was in college and I was getting ready to graduate, I was excited that I was going to go into a church and work with a student ministry, but then it didn't happen. And something that I had to learn from that was God's timing. And I even had that happen this past week. What's God's timing for all this? And I was praying through that. What does that look like? God's timing is awesome. But sometimes we've got to realign ourselves to his timing, not our timing. And that was one thing that I realized this past week was I got to wait sometimes and listen to him. And that's one of the cool things. I want to take you to another passage of scripture, and it's at the end of the same chapter. And here's one of the cool things. I love this. When I am just doing my own personal Bible study and I come across something and boom, this hit me in the face on Monday or Tuesday. And it says, I have told you these things so that in me you may have perfect peace. Not just peace about a situation, perfect peace that overcomes any circumstance that you might be dealing with. In the world, you're going to have tribulation and distress and suffering. But I want you to be courageous. Jesus is talking here. I want you to be courageous. And that means to be confident, to be undaunted, meaning focused on what you're doing, and to be filled with joy. Not fear, but joy. And Jesus then goes on to end it with, I have overcome the world. And he basically says, my conquest has finished. My victory is done because of what I did on the cross. And what I did on the cross for you, it will give you that joy. You will get that joy because of what I've done for you. It's nothing that we have to earn. It's nothing that we have to work towards. It's a gift that he's given to us. So as you are going through this time and you're like sick of not seeing school friends and you're tired of missing the sports activities that you should be playing right now or getting ready to play, or what are they going to do about band this summer? Go back to this passage of scripture. Go back and say, you know what, God? I don't understand the tribulation, this distress, this suffering that I'm going through, but God, help me to see what you'd have me to see. And we do that by connecting with others. Zoom in with people. Did you know Zoom is free? You can do it. You can set up an account, and then you can send your friends an account or a invitation to connect. I'd encourage you guys, make that happen. If you have questions about it, talk to John or Mary Joyce. They will hook you up. They are the wizards behind this stuff. I am not. I just put them on the hook for something. But let me tell you guys, it is, as painful as it is not to be here on Sunday nights, I don't want any of you to struggle. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. We keep doing these things on Sunday nights to encourage you. Connect with your small groups. Get connected with them. That's ultimately what it's all about. And do something. Do something out of the norm. So this past week, it was really cool because Mary Joyce had this idea that she had seen online called front porch portraits or something. And so she sent something out to our neighborhood chat. And a gazillion of these people are like, yeah, come take our picture. And we started doing it on Wednesday. And we did it for a few hours on Wednesday, and we did it on a few hours on Friday. And one of the cool things about it is we were able to provide a service for some of our neighbors. Some of them we see regularly because we cross paths with them, but some of them we don't. And honestly, Friday night, just talking with some of them and joking with some of them was a really cool opportunity to just be for our neighbors. So, with that, the idea has come about that we need to do a family scavenger hunt. And a family scavenger hunt is kind of like this. It is you as a family are going to get in your car. Now, I'm making it safe that you don't have to come in contact with anybody because I don't want you to get like a flu or something. But you're going to drive around. It's going to be like a family drive. I used to have to do those as a kid, and those were painful. We'd drive out into the country, and I'd be like, Mom, Dad, where are we going? It's like almost like Deliverance or something. They're taking us to some backwoods house and going to leave us there. But not really. So anyways, you're going to do a family scavenger hunt, and you're going to receive this list at 7 p.m. tonight. You will see the whole list of what you need to do. Now, some specific instructions for you, because I don't want you to mess this up or miss your opportunity. The winning family will receive a family quarantine pack delivered by Mary Joyce and myself to your doorstep, but we will not stick around. Anyways, deadlines for all entries need to be entered or given to us by Saturday at 5 p.m. Saturday at 5. Pictures can be posted of one of two places. We would prefer that you would just post your pictures to your social media account so people can see what you're doing as a family. And then we need you to hashtag it FSM Youth. That's all you got to do. And we can go to those spots that house FSM Youth and see your pictures. If you're not socially accurate or you're not able to do social media because the government might be watching you, you can also email us your pictures at fsmyouth@faircreek.org. There are 15 things you need to get family pictures of these activities or things that you need to be doing. So that is due by Saturday at 5 p.m. I'd encourage you, get those in. If there are a bunch of winners, we will draw one lucky winner, and we will deliver that prize to you, possibly next Sunday after the event. But we'll let that happen then. Anyways, hey guys, I just want to remind you that Easter means that you will overcome. Not I will overcome, you will overcome. And it's not based on my relationship with you, it's based upon your relationship with Jesus. Easter means you will overcome, and I say that emphatically, not just sparingly or just kind of half-hearted. But I say it with power, with emphasis. And when Jesus is telling the disciples, hey, look, I'm leaving, but I'm sending somebody else so that you would be comforted and you can overcome. You can have joy because you're going to go through tribulation. I've gone through it. Mary Joyce has gone through it. John's gone through it. We've all gone through distressing times. But we can come through it with joy because we have each other and we can work together. I'd encourage you guys to remember that. Easter means you're going to overcome because of what Jesus has done for you. That's what it's all about. We can say Happy Easter because of what he did. That's the best opportunity that we have to be for our neighbors because he's for them as well. So let me wrap this up for you. Let me give you a few announcements that I need to pass off to you. First of all, if you're going to Ecuador, woohoo, Ecuador missions trip, rock on! I want you to know that we're going to have a special Zoom meeting tomorrow night. If you have not received an email, you need to call or text me, and I will get that invitation to you. We're going to Zoom with parents and family or students, and we're going to talk about what is happening in Ecuador. Also, we are going to do, if you're interested, if your parents are interested in connecting, and I just want to hear what parents are going through, I would love to Zoom with you. You need to respond to the parent email that you received this past week from FSM or myself, or you can call or text me, and I want to add you to that list. I just want to see what's going on. It's going to be a simple 30, 40-minute call of how things are going in your home and what I can do to help you as a family. I just want to hear from you guys. Also, work on the scavenger hunt. You've got the instructions for that. Now, there's a couple people who have happy birthdays today. Happy birthdays. One of which, and if you have their number or if you have their email, text them, call them, send them an email. April Boniface is, I think she's like 23 today, and Kevin Walker is like 18. So wish them a happy birthday. It is so cool that they are with us. We have such awesome leaders, but it's their special day. John's doing something extra special for April today. I think he's like going all out and buying her pizza and taking it home. So she's probably looking forward to that. Hot date tonight. Anyways, I just want to wish them a happy birthday, guys. Lip sync people. You guys have submitted a ton of lip sync battle things, and we have to name a winner. It has gone on long enough. So, our winners for our lip sync battle. You may know this, you may not know this, but Lane Barrett killed it. His rendition of the Disney montage quarantine version was stinking hilarious. I watched it a few times and I laughed every time. But Lane's not the only winner, because Lane did well, but I have to give it to the Redder Girls because their Tide commercial was stinking hilarious. So the improv, Jane, because it's Jane, and Maddie and Lola, you guys killed it. And I don't understand why you are pouring them glasses of dish soap or laundry soap. That was kind of weird. I hope you guys didn't drink it and try to disinfect yourself. But anyways, those are our two sets of winners for the lip sync battle. They killed it. And finally, before I go, I just want to say, if you would like to encourage somebody this week, if you have a little bit of extra time from the schoolwork and you'd like to connect with some other students, I would encourage you, reach out to me or reach out to your small group leader and say, hey, I'd like to encourage someone. I've got some people that I would love to flood their phones with encouraging texts. So if you want to be a part of that, personally get a hold of me. And if you would, you can either email me at wade@faircreek.org or you can text me. Talk to your leaders. They have my text number and they can pass that along to you. But I would encourage you. I would love to blow up some people's phones this week. So if any of you are interested in that, let me know. I look forward to it. Hey, from all of us here at the church, Mary Joyce, John, and I just want to say thanks for joining us tonight. It's always fun to produce these and watch John work his magic of putting Zooms and all this stuff together. Be encouraged that we have a happy Easter because Jesus rose from the dead. And because he rose from the dead, we have life, and we have life to the fullest. We have peace because of him. Not because of us, but because of him. So as you deal with distress, as you deal with tribulation, be encouraged. Get connected with those around you. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Have a great night. Bye.